Sunday, September 26th. Hello and welcome to our front yard garden. Today we're going to be looking at its state at the beginning of fall. We're going to be starting on the sidewalk where we're going to be looking at our border made of flowers like cosmos. We have colorful vegetables like this scarlet kale and also some chard that goes along that way to create our border. We have additional flowers like the French marigold to add interest to it. And one of the things about this area is that about 2 feet from the sidewalk, we have a sliver where we're not irrigating, and we're using straw that we grew as a way to mulch this area. And to hold the straw in place, we have some branches laid out in an X configuration, and the branches are held in place by this garden stake. Another plant that we use to create a border with are the artichoke, and they're starting to wake up again, and soon we'll have another border comprised of artichokes. And right behind the artichokes, we removed the bean plants that we had, and we sowed our Peruvian corn. So we're going to wait for those to sprout. And the space here we're starting to plant, we have some vegetables that are cut and come again vegetables, and this method has allowed us to harvest a lot of vegetables and actually go to the market very infrequently now. So some of the ones that are very dependable are the mustards. So we have that Osaka Purple mustard, and this is a hybrid bok choy, the win-win choy. It's also very productive. These plants grow in our warm summers and they grow quickly, so we don't plant too many plants. And this morning we're going to be picking some leaves for breakfast. We're going to be making a Hong Kong instant ramen. It's a traditional breakfast in Hong Kong. It's instant ramen with some vegetables, fried spam, and an egg. And in place of spam, you can use ham. So we're out here harvesting some of our dependable greens. The other thing that we're growing out here are some corn plants, and this is a trial to see if we can sneak in and harvest one more harvest of corn before the year ends. And this is the Cherokee white eagle corn. The other type of vegetable that we're adding to our plantings is the broccoli Rabe. It's also known as rapini. I like to call it sprouting mustard because the leaf is more like a mustard and it forms these small florets that look like broccoli, but taste-wise, it's a little bit more like mustard. It has a little bit of bitterness. I almost forgot about this cut and come again plant. This is the asperbrock, and it's produced a lot of sprouting broccoli for us. Another plant that's produced well for us is the Monty Broccoli, and we're going to be looking at one plant that was growing during our hot summers and was producing a lot of tiny florets that if you put it together, it is as if you had a big broccoli crown. So we would break off these and we'd find a bunch around it, and when we put it together, it's actually quite a bit of florets. This plant is starting to slow down now, so we have replacement plants. In the summer, it grows a lot, so we can grow just one plant, but in the fall and winter, with the temperatures cooling off, I anticipate that it's going to grow a little bit more slowly. So we have two plants, and we have another plant right here as its replacement. One of the things that we've been working on is growing a diverse selection of crops. So rather than traditionally planting one bed of, say, 6 plants of one single type and then finding ways to eat it, we plant instead 6 varieties and 1 plant each. So we're pretty much dialing in what we like and how much we're going to grow, and then we will then have just enough for our needs and not excess. The other thing that works well for us is polyculture and planting different things in a very dense manner. We have cilantro that's down there, some volunteer dill, and then the buckwheat is another plant that you're going to see a lot on our channel, and we are always planting this plant. It's a good cover crop, and we use it as green manure. The other thing that we work on is developing our soil. So underneath the mulch here, we'll be looking at a bunch of pill bugs and isopods and other insects and organisms that break down mulch to become rich soil for us. So that's what we have in this area. We're just leaving the mulch, and pretty soon when we need that bed, we'll plant something in there. And I'm gonna grab one more mustard and we'll be taking it in for breakfast. And this is our fall front yard update. Thanks for visiting us, and we'll see you in the next video.